welcome back to Castle Rock Homestead. Pardon the voice, been fighting a little upper respiratory thing this week. So wanted to get you guys a video on our bad boy brush cutter here. I got it hooked up yesterday, did a little bit of cutting with it, just trying to get used to it. Try to get out of the way here. The sun's not in a very good spot today. So you got to do a little fine tuning adjustment. It's got it raked a little bit too much towards the front. So I'm going to lower that back wheel, get that so it comes down a little bit, and try to raise the front a little bit. Get the cut where I want it. I don't want to cut things too short. I'm just trying to trim stuff up before we get the sheep in a certain area. I'm in our little paddock we got up front here, and then kind of mow a spot where I want to run their tractor when I get it done. But it's grass is this high out there, 4 foot, 5 foot tall. So it's kind of not the most nutritious stuff. So if I get it mowed down to, a footish tall and let it grow back a little bit, it'll have a little bit more nutrition when they get out there. Plus I got to get their calf hutch out in that paddock, get everything ready to go. So they have a place to get shelter and stuff when I get them out there. So that's what we're going to be doing today. See how this thing cuts. I'll do a quick shot of it here. This thing's pretty heavy duty. It's called Bad Boy Standard Duty 5 foot. They do have a heavy duty. Standard duty ones here, the metal in them is about twice as thick as, like, say, your Land Pride stuff that you get at like Tractor Supply or those similar type farm stores. Got this through the same dealer where I got my Yanmar. Bowman Motors in Rock Falls, Illinois. If you're in the area, check them out. Obviously you're not, check out where you can get these things. But really like the construction on this, because for about the same price as what you're going to pay at like Tractor Supply for the County Line or Land Pride or whatever mowers, getting much heavier duty mower. This thing weighs 500-600 pounds, I think, maybe even 700. It is not light, but like I said, the metal on it is pretty darn thick. Let me get you down here so you can see. There. One day I'll get to be a good videographer. I mean, you can see you got like 8-inch metal there. This stuff here's 1/4 inch. This stuff all the way around, you can kind of see right there. It's this 1/8 inch stuff. This is heavy duty. The frame's is 1/4 inch. It runs all the way around underneath there. Kind of get down in there and see maybe the blades and stuff. This thing will take a beating. Made in right here in the USA in Arkansas. This thing is super heavy duty. See the Bad Boy implements there. But I want to get this adjusted. I think I gotta extend my top link a little bit, and like I said, move that back wheel. The back wheels are easy. Pull the pin, adjust it where you want it. That's no big deal. Top link's about maxed out on this thing. I think I can get it where I want it without having to buy a new top link, because I really don't want to do that. But get that adjusted. We'll get out. I'll show you what I cut yesterday with it. I cut all right. It was my first time ever cutting. It was a little bit of a pain to hook up because I did have to take the quick hitch off. I don't really see a way to make it quick hitch compatible. If you know more than me, let me know. I'd love to be able to keep my quick hitch on there, hook it up, because it took me a little bit to get used to it. You got to wrestle around with it. Like I said, 600-pound piece of machinery isn't the easiest to slide back and forth and get your 3-point on there. So come back, should have this adjusted, and then I can show you what I cut yesterday and what we're going to do today. Get back here away from the camper, or the tractor where you can hear me. See, you got that leveled out a little bit better. Yeah, I'm wearing flip-flops, probably not the smartest thing, but I'm going to be up on the tractor. So always watch yourself working around machinery. Never run that PTO. When you're back there messing around, make sure you got everything completely turned off. So you see, you got it kind of leveled out. I'm going to be mowing stuff footish tall, just like that. See how that goes. I'm going to walk you out here where we're going. So that's the paddock. Gotta get in here. Gonna have to back up, go forward, get that all cut down. You can see where I'm driving in. I had to move some stuff out of there. You can see where I drove around out here. Kind of see. Gotta watch the hot wire here. Where I mowed yesterday, when I didn't have it quite set up right. Didn't cut too bad. Cut pretty clean. Shield the sun here so I can see what you're seeing, but looks pretty darn good for not being set up right. We'll get in there, we'll get cutting with it the way I got it set up now. Hopefully make a nice clean cut and you can see how it goes. Like I said, not sponsored or anything by Bowman Motors, by Bad Boy, Yanmar, nothing like that. This is what I got. This is the things I've chosen. Trying to choose something good quality but affordable. Sometimes you spend a little bit more for a little bit better quality, but in the long run, you're gonna thank yourself. So that's kind of the way I purchase things. Good price on a tractor, get a little bit bigger, a little bit what I wanted with the Yanmar. Pay off that way. Didn't really cost much more because it wasn't green. No offense to John Deere or nothing like that, but I don't know. Sometimes I think you're paying for the color of your tractor sometimes, even with orange or other ones out there too. And then said Bad Boy's not like this big name, like don't live that far from the actual woods manufacturers. Quality products, but for what I got, my 6 acres here, I don't need a $5,000 brush cutter. I think that thing cost me, it was on sale, I think I got it for like 1,700 bucks for high quality. Like I said, that one's the standard duty 1/8 inch steel. The heavy duty's even thicker, 10 gauge. I think that's a 12 gauge steel. Pretty heavy duty. The stuff I believe you get at Tractor Supply is even thinner, like 14 gauge. So paid the same amount, got a better price. Yes, you can go higher quality stuff, but kind of gotta be reasonable with your budget and what your needs really are. If you need a $5,000 brush cutter, by all means get it. I don't need one and I'm not paying that. All right, get this set up, try to get this thing, camera out of the way, safe where it's not gonna get run over. See how we do here. I got to cut. I'm gonna cut all the way along the fence line here. Path 20 foot out or so, because my cheap tractor is gonna be 16-ish foot wide. So I gotta make a big enough cut to get that. See, this stuff's 4 foot, 5 foot tall. So we'll see how it does. Get these kittens that keep making their appearance out of the way. Make sure I don't get any of them in harm's way. right, parting the shadows in the sun. Got that strip mowed there. Remember, it's pretty much my first time doing this. Yes, the sheep are hungry. They're not fully weaned yet. Don't think it looks too bad. Got it about a foot tall. Gotta remember, tractor squishing some of this down, and cows have been back and forth in between here, squishing stuff down. Not the cleanest cut. I'm gonna chalk that up to me not being very experienced, but it does what I need it to do. So we'll get up and try to get up in that paddock up there. It's gonna take some back and forth, reverse, yeah, all that fun stuff. Let you guys see how I do on that. I can't guarantee it's gonna be that great. Biggest thing for me, trying to get used to using this thing, is turning. You got this big, by the time you get the wheel on there and stuff, 8 foot, 10 foot long thing sticking out behind the tractor that doesn't rotate. I mean, it moves with the tractor, so your tail is gonna smack into anything if you turn too fast. So that's the hardest thing for me, getting up close to the fence and the shed and stuff. Gotta watch that tail end. That's the hardest part for me. Takes some getting used to. It's not too bad, it's just gonna take time and experience. So you can see where I cut in there. Walk you out here to where it's a little bit, I think, the best looking cut. Cows haven't been up here too much. It's a little flatter. Some of this land's still pretty bumpy. See right here though, that looks pretty nice. So you can see me going through in the little paddock there, backing up, experimenting with raising it, backing up while mowing. It's gonna take me time to get used to. Some of you guys probably can do this in your sleep. It's the first time you're doing it. I think I did all right. Didn't break anything. That's the best part. Didn't snag it on anything, nothing like that. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. Got done what I needed to. You can see it looks pretty darn good right here. I've said that a lot. I think it's a pretty good mower. It's just grass. I haven't really been trying it through brush, nothing like that yet. I mean, maybe in the future, if I need to, I will. Got some tree stuff growing over there. I don't know how much I want to risk it. We'll see someday. I do have some multiflora rows and stuff further out in the pasture. I'm gonna run over it with it one day. I'll take you along for the ride when I do that if I got a chance. But I think I like backing up and mowing instead of lifting and mowing. Some of you guys can maybe leave me a comment with some tips. Maybe I'm supposed to shut it off every time I lift it up. I don't know. I wasn't doing that every time. Did sometimes, but then you got to ramp the RPMs back up. There's a lot to mowing with a brush hog. A lot more than I thought there would be. Not like just hopping on your rider and going at it. You got to pay a lot more attention. Got a lot more weight. A lot more danger. Just because you got stuff way back out in the way. Got to really pay attention. So overall though, I'm really happy with what I did. It's a hydrostatic tractor, so I kind of just had to control my speed with my feet. Got to get used to what speed I want to go, things like that. Come along with the journey on me, mowing, learning. Someday I'll probably be able to do this in like 5 minutes. And it really only took me like 15, 20 anyway. So it really wasn't that big a deal. So yeah, tomorrow maybe I'll get some shots, getting that calf hutch out of the back of the truck and that put in the paddock here. Getting that ready for the sheep. Be moving them up here pretty soon. They're almost weaned. Speaking of, I still got to feed them tonight a couple times. Yeah, Thanks for joining me, watching me learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make them. Thanks for joining us on the homestead. See you guys around next time. Thank you.